أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم رب اشرح لي صدري ويسر لي أمري واحلل عقدة من لساني يفقه قولي ربي يسر ولا تعسر وتمم بالخير آمين يا رب العالمين.
In this lecture, we will study the use of personal pronouns or ism zamir as mubtada. Let us revise jumla ismia once again. Jumla ismia needs at least two components. An ism plus ism can make jumla ismia. The two components of jumla ismia are mubtada and khabar. Mubtada comes first and the khabar follows. Mubtada is the subject and khabar is the predicate. There are certain requirements to making jumla ismia. These are: number one, mubtada and khabar will always be in rafa status. This rule applies 100% of the time. Second, mubtada should be definite in capacity, khabar should be indefinite in capacity, and this rule applies 99% of the time. Finally, both mubtada and khabar will have the same gender and number, and this rule applies 99.99% of the time. We started making jumla ismiya using definite asma as mubtada. Previously, we studied that there are a total of 7 different types of definite asma. Out of these 7 definite asma, we studied 5 different definite asma. We started using each of these in jumla ismiya as mubtada. First of all, we used ism alam or proper noun as mubtada, and we made the jumla ismiya Zaidun Salihun, which means Zaid is pious. Next, we used Mu'arraf bil lam as mubtada. Mu'arraf bil lam is an ism that includes lamut tarif, and we made the jumla ismiya al waladu salihun, which means the boy is pious. Third, we used demonstrative pronoun or ism ishara as mubtada. Using haza as an example, we made the jumla ismiya haza muslimun, which means this is a Muslim. In today's lecture, we will use personal pronoun or ism zamir as mubtada in jumla ismiya. Let us study zamair or pronouns in more detail. Zamair is the plural of zamir, which means pronoun. A pronoun is a word that is used instead of a noun. Let us look at an example. Ali spoke with Hamid about Zaid. A possible way to say the same sentence will be I spoke with you about him. In this example, I, you, him are all examples of personal pronouns or zamair. I is used instead of Ali, you is used instead of Hamid, and him is used instead of Zaid. This is how we use pronouns in a sentence to replace nouns. In Arabic grammar, all zamair or personal pronouns are included in the category of ism. Because of this, each personal pronoun will have the 4 characteristics of ism. Each personal pronoun will have a gender, number, status, and capacity. From the standpoint of capacity, we already know that all zamair are definite in capacity. All zamair are marifa. There are 3 types of personal pronouns: first person pronouns, second person pronouns, third person pronouns. The terminology for first person pronoun is mutakallim, The terminology for second person pronoun is hazir or mukhatab. The terminology for third person pronoun is ghaib. First person pronoun refers to the person who is speaking or the persons who are speaking. Examples: I and we. I spoke with you about him. In this example, I represents a first person pronoun. If my name is Ahmed and I'm talking to someone and I want to tell them that I am an engineer, I will simply say I am an engineer rather than saying Ahmed is an engineer. In this example, the name Ahmed is being replaced by the first person pronoun I. Second person pronoun refers to the person spoken to or the persons spoken to. If I am directly talking to a person named Umar and I want to say that Umar is a good person, I will simply say you are a good person rather than saying Umar is a good person. In this example, you is the second person pronoun that is replacing the name Umar. Third person pronoun refers to the person or people who are not present and are being spoken about. If I am talking to Umar about another person named Usman and I want to say that Usman is a good person, I will say he is a good person. He, she, they are examples of third person pronouns. We will now study personal pronouns in Arabic grammar in more detail. This is our table of zamair or personal pronouns. In this table, we will study each personal pronoun individually, and for each personal pronoun we will need to know the 4 characteristics of ism. Please recall that zamair or personal pronouns are included within the category of ism. Therefore, for each personal pronoun we will need to know the number, and that will either be singular, dual, or plural. We will need to know the gender, which will either be masculine or feminine. We will need to know the status. Finally, we already know that all zamair or personal pronouns are definite in capacity. So, for each personal pronoun, we will know the number, we will know the gender, we already know the capacity, and we will know the status. The blue row represents personal pronouns that fall into the third person category. The green row represents second person pronouns, and the yellow row represents first person pronouns. Let us start with the study of third person pronouns. We will start our study of personal pronouns with huwa. Huwa is an ism. Huwa is a personal pronoun or ism zamir. Huwa is singular in number. It is masculine in gender. It is rafa in status because huwa belongs to the table of personal pronouns in the rafa status, and it is definite in capacity. Huwa belongs to the row of third person pronouns. The use of huwa is similar to the use of he in the English language. The opposite gender of huwa is hiya. Hiya means she. In the Arabic language, we have separate pronouns for the dual category. And for both masculine and feminine, the third person pronouns for dual category are the same. That is, huma. We will use huma to refer to dual masculine, and we will use huma to refer to dual feminine. For plural masculine category, we will say hum. The equivalent of hum is they for masculine. And the opposite gender of hum will be hunna. Hunna also means they, but is used for the feminine gender. To summarize our third person pronouns: huwa, huma, hum; hiya, huma, hunna; huwa, huma, hum; hiya, huma, hunna; huwa, huma, hum; hiya, huma, hunna. Let us do the practical application of third person pronouns. Once again, third person pronouns in the rafa status are huwa, huma, hum; hiya, huma, hunna. In this example, we are saying Zaid is pious. This is a jumla ismia. Zaidun salihun. Zaidun is mubtada. Because it is rafa in status, it is definite in capacity, and it is singular and masculine. Salihun is khabar. Because it is also in rafa status, it is indefinite in capacity, and like mubtada, it is singular and masculine. If we want to replace Zaidun with a personal pronoun, we will refer to our table and we will pick a personal pronoun that, like Zaidun, is also singular and masculine, and we will pick huwa. So instead of saying Zaidun salihun, if Zaid isn't present and we want to refer to Zaidun in the third person, we will say huwa salihun. Zaid is pious becomes he is pious. Huwa is mubtada, just like Zaidun was mubtada. Huwa is rafa in status because huwa comes from the table of personal pronouns in the rafa status. Huwa is definite because huwa is a personal pronoun, and we know that all personal pronouns or ism zamir are definite. Huwa is singular and huwa is masculine. Salihun is the khabar here. Salihun is rafa in status, it is indefinite in capacity, it is singular and masculine. Zaidun salihun is a jumla ismia. Huwa salihun is also a jumla ismia. Next we have Zaidun wa Hamidun salihani. Zaid and Hamid are pious. This is a jumla ismia. Zaidun wa Hamidun is mubtada. Salihani is khabar. If we want to make a jumla ismia where we want to use personal pronouns and we need to refer to Zaidun wa Hamidun in the third person, we will need to say something like the two boys or the two men are pious, instead of saying Zaid and Hamid are pious. If we want to make jumla ismia using personal pronouns in the third person, we will refer to our table of jumla ismia. We see here that Zaidun wa Hamidun refers to two individuals. So, in the third person row, we will pick the dual section. We will notice that for both masculine asma and for feminine asma, the same personal pronoun is used when it comes to the dual category, and that is huma. So, instead of saying Zaidun wa Hamidun salihani, we can say huma salihani. The two men or the two boys are pious. Zaidun wa Hamidun is mubtada in this jumla ismia. Huma is mubtada in this jumla ismia. Salihani will be khabar in both cases. Zaidun wa Hamidun salihani is a jumla ismia. Huma salihani is also a jumla ismia. Zaidun wa Hamidun wa Mahmudun salihuna. Please notice the una ending sound here, which indicates rafa status, and it also indicates masculine non-broken plural. In this case, Zaidun wa Hamidun wa Mahmudun indicates more than two individuals, and that means we have to refer to our plural section of the table. If we want to make a jumla ismia using personal pronouns in the third person, instead of saying Zaidun wa Hamidun wa Mahmudun salihuna or Zaid, Hamid and Mahmud are pious, we will need to say something on the lines of they are pious. We will go to our table, pick the third person section of the table, and because we are not referring to singular or dual, we will focus on the plural section of the table. Because we are discussing three masculine individuals, we will pick the personal pronoun for plural and masculine, which is hum. And we will have hum salihuna. Zaidun wa Hamidun wa Mahmudun salihuna is a jumla ismia. Hum salihuna is also a jumla ismia. Zaidun wa Hamidun wa Mahmudun is mubtada. Hum is mubtada in this particular jumla ismia. Fatimatu salihatun. Fatima is pious. Hiya salihatun. She is pious. Fatimatu wa Zainabu salihatani. Fatima and Zainab are pious. Huma salihatani. The two girls or the two women are pious. Fatimatu wa Zainabu wa Maryamu salihatun. Fatima, Zainab and Maryam are pious. Hunna salihatun. They are pious. We will now return to our table of Zamair or personal pronouns in the Rafa status. For third person pronouns, we have huwa, huma, hum, hiya, huma, hunna, huwa, huma, hum, hiya, huma, hunna. Now we will study second person pronouns. Second person pronouns include pronouns that are used for the person spoken to or the persons spoken to. Again, we will have masculine and feminine versions, and we will have pronouns for singular, dual, and plural categories. In the second person group, to refer to a singular and masculine individual, we will use anta. Anta in Arabic is equivalent to you in English, but anta is specifically going to be used for the masculine gender. The feminine version of anta is anti. Anti also means you, but will be used for the feminine gender. Similar to third person pronouns, in second person pronouns, for the dual category, we will have the same personal pronoun, and that is antuma. Antuma will be used for dual number, whether that is masculine or feminine. To refer to two individuals, whether they are masculine or feminine, we will say antuma. Antuma in English language will mean you two, both for masculine and feminine genders. For the plural group, in the masculine row, we have antum. So if we are referring, for example, to a group of boys or to a group of men, we will say antum, which means you, but we are referring to the masculine gender. The feminine opposite of antum is antunna. To summarize second person pronouns, we have anta, antuma, antum, anti, antuma, antunna, anta, antuma, antum, anti, antuma, antunna. Third person pronouns in the Rafa status, huwa, huma, hum. hiya, huma, hunna. Huwa, huma, hum. Hiya, huma, hunna. Second person pronouns in the rafa status. Anta, antuma, antum. Anti, antuma, antunna. Anta, antuma, antum. Anti, antuma, antunna. Finally, we will study first person pronouns. First person pronouns are pronouns used for the person who is speaking or the persons who are speaking. First person pronouns are more straightforward because they will be the same for masculine and feminine. We will have first person pronouns for singular, and then we will have the same first person pronoun that will be used for dual and for plural. For first person pronouns in the singular category, we will say ana. Ana means I. And for first person pronouns in the dual or plural category, for both masculine and feminine, we will say nahnu. Nahnu means we. This completes our table of personal pronouns or zamair in the rafa status. The table will be as follows. Huwa, huma, hum. Hiya, huma, hunna. Anta, antuma, antum. Anti, antuma, antunna. Ana, nahnu. Once again, for third person pronouns, we will say huwa, huma, hum. Hiya, huma, hunna. For second person pronouns, anta, antuma, antum. Anti, antuma, antunna. For first person pronouns, ana, nahnu. We will now use personal pronouns as mubtada in jumla ismia. We will use all of these personal pronouns as mubtada, and we will use ism salih as khabar. Please note that we will be referring to our rafa table of personal pronouns because we know that mubtada will need to be in rafa status. All of these personal pronouns are in rafa status, and all of these personal pronouns are definite in capacity. First of all, we have huwa salihun. He is pious. Huma salihani. The two boys or the two men are pious. Hum salihuna. They are pious, referring to the masculine gender. Hiya salihatun. She is pious. Huma salihatani. The two girls or the two women are pious. Hunna salihatun. They are pious, referring to the feminine gender. Anta salihun. You are pious. Antuma salihani. You two masculine are pious. Antum salihuna. You all are pious, referring to the masculine gender. Anti salihatun. You are pious, referring to the feminine gender. Antuma salihatani. You two feminine are pious. Antunna salihatun. You all are pious, referring to the feminine gender. Ana salihun. I am pious. Ana salihatun. I am pious. Nahnu salihuna. We are pious. Nahnu salihatun. We are pious. Next, we will use ism muslim as khabar. We will again use the personal pronouns from the rafa table as mubtada. Huwa muslimun. He is a Muslim. Huma muslimani. The two boys or the two men are Muslim. Hum muslimuna. They are Muslim, referring to the masculine gender. Hiya muslimatun. She is a Muslim. Huma muslimatani. The two girls or the two women are Muslim. Hunna muslimatun. They are Muslim, referring to the feminine gender. Anta muslimun. You are a Muslim. Antuma muslimani. You two, masculine, are Muslim. Antum muslimuna. You all are Muslim, referring to the masculine gender. Anti muslimatun. You are a Muslim, referring to the feminine gender. Antuma muslimatani. You two girls or you two women are Muslim. Antunna muslimatun. You all are Muslim, referring to the feminine gender. Ana muslimun. I am Muslim. Ana muslimatun. I am a Muslim. Nahnu muslimuna. We are Muslim. Nahnu muslimatun. We are Muslim. Now we will use ism abid as khabar. Huwa abidun. He is a worshipper. Huma abidani. The two boys or the two men are worshippers. Hum abiduna. They are worshippers, referring to the masculine gender. Hiya abidatun. She is a worshipper. Huma abidatani. The two girls or the two women are worshippers. Hunna abidatun. They are worshippers, referring to the feminine gender. Anta abidun. You are a worshipper. Antuma abidani. You two boys or you two men are worshippers. Antum abiduna. You all are worshippers, referring to the masculine gender. Anti abidatun. You are a worshipper, referring to the feminine gender. Antuma abidatani. You two feminine are worshippers. Antunna abidatun. You all are worshippers, referring to the feminine gender. Ana abidun. I am a worshipper. Ana abidatun. I am a worshipper. Nahnu abiduna. We are worshippers. Nahnu abidatun. We are worshippers. Next we have al-qalamu jadidun, which means the pen is new. Al-qalamu jadidun is a jumla ismia. Al-qalamu is mubtada, jadidun is khabar. If we want to make a jumla ismia where we want to replace al-qalamu with a pronoun, we will need to look for a pronoun that is singular and masculine, because al-qalamu is also singular and masculine. So our jumla ismiya using the pronoun will be huwa jadidun. It is new. Please note that previously we had used huwa for he. Huwa is singular and masculine. Al-qalamu is singular and masculine. But for a pen, we cannot say he is new. We will have to say it is new. Therefore, please note that huwa and hiya can also be used for it. Therefore, we will add it to our table here. If we are referring to masculine, we will use huwa. If we are referring to feminine, we will use hiya. As-sa'atu jadidatun. The watch is new. This is also a jumla ismiya. As-sa'atu is mubtada, jadidatun is khabar. As-sa'atu is feminine because of the presence of round ta at the end of the ism. Since we are referring to a feminine ism, if we want to replace it with a personal pronoun in a jumla ismiya, we will say hiya jadidatun. It is new. So In the case of al-qalamu, we are saying huwa and using it for it and saying it is new. And in this example, we are saying hiya jadidatun, referring to a feminine ism and using hiya for it. Next we have al-aqlamu jadidatun. The pens are new. This is a jumla ismia. Al-aqlamu is mubtada, jadidatun is khabar. If we want to make a jumla ismia where we want to replace al-aqlamu with a pronoun, we will refer to our table. Al-aqlamu is plural and it is masculine. So we will likely need to pick a personal pronoun that is also masculine and plural, and we will pick something on the lines of hum jadidatun. They are new. However, the use of hum in this case is incorrect. Why is the use of hum incorrect? Because al-aqlamu is the plural of a ghair aqil ism. Al-aqlamu is the plural of a non-intelligent ism. Because al-aqlamu is the plural of a non-intelligent ism or a ghair aqil ism, the personal pronoun that we will be using for al-aqlamu will need to be singular and feminine. And it becomes hiya jadidatun. They are new. Hum jadidatun is incorrect. Hiya jadidatun is correct. Hiya represents a personal pronoun that is singular and feminine and is appropriately being used for the plural of a ghair aqil ism or the plural of a non-intelligent ism. We will quickly revise the rules for the plural of ghair aqil ism. We studied that in Arabic grammar, a created entity will either be aqil or intelligent or ghair aqil or non-intelligent. Aqil or intelligent creation only includes three groups: humans, angels and jinn. The rest of all created entities will be non-intelligent or ghair aqil from a grammatical standpoint. The 6 rules that we learned were that the khabar used for a ghair aqil ism will be singular and feminine. The demonstrative pronoun or ism ishara used for the plural of a ghair aqil ism or non-intelligent ism will be singular and feminine. The personal pronoun or zamir used for the plural of a ghair aqil ism will be singular and feminine. The relative pronoun used for the plural of a ghair aqil ism will be singular and feminine. The adjective or sifat used for the plural of ghair aqil ism will be singular and feminine. And the fail used for the plural of ghair aqil ism will be singular and feminine. Inshallah, every time we come across this rule, we will return to this slide and do a quick revision. We will return to our example of al-aqlamu jadidatun. If we want to make a jumla ismia where we are replacing al-aqlamu with a personal pronoun, we will need to say hiya jadidatun, meaning they are new. We are picking hiya because hiya is singular and feminine, and we know that for the plural of a ghair aqil ism or the plural of a non-intelligent ism, the personal pronoun that needs to be used should be singular and feminine, so hiya jadidatun is accurate. Al-muslimuna sadiquna. Al-muslimuna is the plural of an aqil ism. It is the plural of an intelligent ism. Al-muslimuna is different from al-aqlamu. Al-aqlamu is the plural of a ghair aqil ism. In al-muslimuna sadiquna, if we want to replace al-muslimuna with a personal pronoun, this rule does not apply. And we will simply say hum sadiquna. We will now do some practice. Please use Zamair as Mubtada in the following sentences. In the first column, we have a list of jumla ismia. In the second column, we also have a list of jumla ismia, but we have Zamair that are being used as Mubtada. Al-Muslimu sadiqun. The Muslim is truthful. Huwa sadiqun. He is truthful. Al-Muslimani sadiqani. The two Muslims are truthful, referring to the masculine gender. Huma sadiqani. They are truthful, referring to the two Muslims. Al-Muslimuna sadiquna. The Muslims are truthful. Hum sadiquna. They are truthful. At-talibatu mujtahidatun. The female student is hardworking. Hiya mujtahidatun. She is hardworking. At-talibatani mujtahidatani. The two feminine students are hardworking. Huma mujtahidatani. They are hardworking, referring to the two female students. At-talibatu mujtahidatun. The students are hardworking, referring to the feminine gender. Hunna mujtahidatun. They are hardworking, referring to the feminine gender. Al-babu maftuhun. The door is open. Huwa maftuhun. It is open. Al-babani maftuhani. The two doors are open. Huma maftuhani. They are open, referring to the two doors. Al-abwabu maftuhatun. The doors are open. In this example, we have a jumla ismia. We have mubtada and khabar. The khabar is singular and feminine, which is maftuhatun. Why is the khabar singular and feminine? Because the mubtada is the plural of a ghair aqil ism. It is the plural of a non-intelligent ism, so the khabar will be singular and feminine. Hiya maftuhatun. They are open, referring to the doors. In this case, we are using hiya because it is a personal pronoun that is used for the plural of a ghair aqil ism or for the plural of a non-intelligent ism. Therefore, our choice of personal pronoun will be singular and feminine, which is hiya. An-nafizatu maftuhatun. The window is open. Hiya maftuhatun. It is open. An-nafizatani maftuhatani. The two windows are open. Huma maftuhatani. They are open, referring to the two windows. An-nawafizu maftuhatun. The windows are open. Hiya maftuhatun. They are open, referring to the windows. Al-kutubu mufidatun. The books are useful. Hiya mufidatun. They are useful, referring to the books.
سبحانك اللهم وبحمدك أشهد أن لا إله إلا أنت أستغفرك وأتوب إليك.